received a beautiful Advent wreath made with fresh greens and flowers by a very good friend, very close friend to our community. It really means a lot to us, and we offer prayers to her, for her as well, as we light each candle. An Advent wreath serves as a spiritual compass for us on our own spiritual journeys in preparation for the birth of Jesus. It has four small candles and one center candle, and they each have a meaning. And the first candle, which Tim will light, represents hope and anticipates the Christ child and the hope he brings to the world. The second candle, which is tonight's candle, is the candle symbolizing peace. And it reflects the journey of Mary and Joseph on their way to Bethlehem. And we will continue for the next couple of nights to light the candles.
Pace e bene, peace and good. Sì a tutti, yes to all. Pace bene, pace bene.
Adu
oh, Chiara. Francesco, oh, Chiara. Oh, Francesco, oh, reading tonight is the reading that many churches around the world are reading on this day. It's part of the lectionary ending pattern, call it. And it's about Mary and Elizabeth and the seen and the unseen. So it's from the Gospel of Luke, and it begins just after Mary's encounter with an angel, where she concludes the conversation by saying, "I am the servant of God. Let it be done to me as you say." With that, the angel left her. Within a few days, Mary set out and hurried to the hill country to a town of Judah, where she entered Zachariah's house and greeted Elizabeth. As soon as Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. In a loud voice, she exclaimed, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. But why am I so favored that the mother of the Messiah should come to me? For the moment your greeting reached my ears, the child within me leaped for joy. Blessed is she who believed that what God said to her would be accomplished." And then Mary begins to sing her song, which we call the Magnificat. I'm just going to read this one more time, and then we can talk about it. So Mary's response to the angel is, "I am the servant of God. Let it be done to me as you say." With that, the angel left. Within a few days, Mary set out and hurried to the hill country to a town of Judah, where she entered Zachariah's house and greeted Elizabeth. As soon as Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the child within leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. In a loud voice, she said, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. But why am I so favored that the mother of the Messiah should come to me? For the moment your greeting reached my ears, the child within leaped for joy. Blessed is she who believed that what our God said to her would be accomplished." That's the reading. Any response to that reading? You've heard it before, I'm sure. Anything at all?
I can only imagine how much joy there must have been in that on both sides. Just feeling that, it did say filled with spirit, but also just had to have been an incredible joy between the two of them with whatever was going on there.
It's one of the fruits, they call it, of the Holy Spirit, is joy.
Yeah.
That when you are filled with the Holy Spirit, you're filled with joy.
Okay.
Yeah. Too bad they didn't have videos back then.
I know.
Videotaped it. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
So it's been one of my favorites. It's, for some reason, I can almost feel it. So I remember what it felt like when babies leaped before they were born. Yeah. It had to be amazing for Elizabeth, because she was considered very, very old. And past her childbearing years. And her son was happened to be the cousin named John. Yeah, it's
What stuck out for me was, and it was very inspiring, is the faith that Mary showed. That she was a servant of God and she, whatever he says, yeah. And that was not just her being that way, it was shown.
It was what?
Other people saw that faith, that light that she had with that faith. And I think that goes a long ways.
Yeah. It's a difficult moment for her, in a sense, wasn't it?
Well, in that time, well, even at this time, it would be pretty insane, but yeah, to have a baby unwed.
Yeah.
So she knew what she was facing,
Yeah.
but her faith was stronger than that.
Yeah.
Very touching, very inspiring.
It really is. So we can imagine the scene, right? It was the old woman Elizabeth, the young girl, really, she was a teenager, most people would think, the young woman, young girl, both of whom are about to give birth. And they meet, and they're both just full of joy, full of the Holy Spirit, and I mean, I don't know about you, but those times that I've seen women particularly get together that are full of joy, it's pretty overwhelming. Atmosphere is charged. And so here, both of them are saying yes to a calling. You know, it's God picks up the phone and calls them and says, got a job for you. It's not, you know, an 8 to 5 kind of job, it's 24/7 kind of job. And each one says yes. And each one knows it's going to be difficult. Of course, they don't really know how difficult it's going to be. They won't know that for a number of years, but they say yes to the calling. And what really tickles me is how we can feel God's calling. And in the sense of our bodies. You know, Mary shows up at Elizabeth's doorstep, and the baby inside Elizabeth leaps for joy. I think there's something there, kind of between the lines, that when God comes calling to us, there's a physical response. There's a kind of feeling of joy that is possible, that happens. It doesn't happen all the time, and it doesn't happen continuously. But I think about Mary's calling when it was Gabriel, I believe, shows up and says, hey, Mary, got a job for you. And Mary's confused at first, but then she comes around and says, yeah, I think I'd like to do that. You know, and I'm sure that as she went throughout her young life, the difficulties she encountered, whether it was sneers from neighbors or, you know, religious leaders disrespecting her, whatever they did, she would fall back on that moment. You know, that, excuse me, but an angel came to me. She might not have said it out loud, but I'm sure she remembered it, like, who the hell are you? You know, to put me down. I mean, an angel came to me and said, and everything's going to work out here. I'm sure she relied on that moment a lot, but also this feeling, this physical sensation that Elizabeth had. You know, not all of us can have babies in our wombs, but I think there is a sense in which when you know something is right and good and true, you can feel it in your body sometimes. Right? Not all the time. Don't make it a law, don't make it a rigid have to be. But you can feel it at times. And those moments are really, really valuable. You know, as you consider whatever it is you have to do, you're called to do, you want to do, and you've come against obstacles. You know, there's a sense, physical, visceral sense at times, that this is right, that this is good. And I think that's valuable for us. So just offer it to you tonight that each of us is called. Everybody is called. How we respond to that call is up to us. We can say yes, we can say no, we can say maybe, we can say another time. But that's up to us. And I think our task is to discern, however we do it, what is God's call in our life. Not to rely on the past. God called me to do this then, and that's what. No, but I mean right in the present moment. What is God's calling now? And we might not have an angel Gabriel show up, but I think there's clues, there's ways we can respond and not necessarily know, but we can have clues that, yeah, this seems to be it. And like anything with faith, you know, there's no absolute certainty. But if it seems like this is God's calling in my life, then if we take the steps, like David White would say, the step close in, the next step, not the second or third step, but the first step in that direction, then I think things can become more clear and more solid. And that joy that Elizabeth and Mary felt can begin to bubble up. Close with the song. Present, go back 2,000 years to the time when Jesus was born in the manger. I can imagine us singing this to him. Adoramus te, we adore you. Adoramus te. close of this day, we give you thanks for your great love for all the peoples in all the world. May we be like Elizabeth and Mary. Hear your calling and say yes, and experience the joy of that call. May it be so.